Hi there, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of Banished, which originally aired live on Twitch. So the cemetery is almost done. That's a hanger-on from the previous priority. You hope I can get animals soon? Yeah, I hope any trade boat shows up. We haven't had one yet. That would be nice, you're right. My stockpiles are dang near full iron. Got a lot of iron now. Crop rotation does not play a role in Banished, no. So right now my builders are working on building the stone roads, which is why all of my stone is disappearing. I'm curious if people are actually taking the stone roads though. No, they're just cutting across the woods here. As you can see, they're walking, they're not considering the roads at all. I mean, they barely even consider the roads. Like, look at this crazy pathing. Like, this person goes out of their way not to use the road. Oh well. Just the way it is. We should be getting some progress on the sunning cabin, I think. And then the cemetery, I guess, halted? Because I think all of our citizens are currently... So let me prioritize building that. All the citizens are currently working towards building these stupid roads. We did just have a few people enter the workforce, becoming adults, which is going to be helpful. Saul and Cathew. Man, these are some strange names. Are now new adults. There really should be a prefer pathway. Yeah. I mean, you can visibly see when they're walking on roads versus when they're walking on grass. But that doesn't stop them from being inefficient. They just like to walk inefficiently. It's how they roll. It's how they roll. Ah, here's a trade boat. We got a trade boat. Oh yeah. Yeah, Ostrich, which is a similar game, is pretty good. That game has come a long way. It's like a one-man dev team. So everything this hunting cabin needs is now laid out. So soon we're going to be hunting up here for game, doubling our hunt yields. And here comes Mr. Boat. So, trade. Ooh, they have chickens. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna buy 4 chickens. And now they're put in these stocks here. And this merchant here, I'm gonna order when they come back. Let's order sheep when they come back. Not, no, let's order cattle, not sheep. Okay. Pasture. Yeah, let's get a pasture. Ooh, where do I want to put a pasture? Maybe here? 11 by 11. That'll have to do. I like how a corner of the temporary pasture that these chickens live in are like in the water. Sheep will give me wool, but cows are better for food, and currently my goal is to get more food, so that's what informed that choice of mine. Alright, so the cemetery is done. That was a previous goal that I hadn't made a whole lot of progress on until just now. So, it's completed. No one's in there. And this child, how old are you? You're 2 years old and you're wandering around in a cemetery? That right there, dudes. That's a creepy dude. That's a creepy child. We've found Brightburn. Alright, yields. Gatherers keep gathering. We're at a bit of a loss of food right now. Yeah, I'm going to actually do an early harvest on one of these bean farms, just so that I can not have temporary starvation going forward. But here we go. We got... three hunters working out of that one. And let's actually have 3 hunters working out of this one, too. There. So now we are employing a lot more hunters. 6 hunters up from 2. Do I know the optimal layouts of everything? No. The Graveyard Book with that kid? Neil Gaiman's The Graveyard Book? Yeah. Creepy kid. Very creepy kid. There we go. Now my farmers are finally harvesting the beans to keep people fed. Just as a stopgap measure. And then this pasture is almost done. And I would say I need to probably go a full year of not having food scarcity for me to check the stockpile more food off my list. So I'm not quite there yet. Can you offer me a danger I'm risking? Sure. Especially if it's in channel point form. If it requires, you know, building or something like that. Oh, yeah, you make a good point. I have 0 free laborers, so if my teacher dies, it's GG. Well, there we go. I have a free laborer. There is no fighting here, no. This isn't like End Zone or Survive the Aftermath or whatever. Mother Nature is your enemy, and that is about it. Alright, I'm curious if the additional hunter will help. But I do have an okay amount of food stockpiled. And we almost have this pasture set up for the chickens. I also have my laborers removing all the stone up here so that we can plant more trees. So this will be a very healthy forest. All right, there we go. Chickens should be moved over as soon as I employ let me reduce the hunters by 1. So I have a free laborer to stay free and employ 1 person in the pasture. I'm going to remove another hunter out of this hunting cabin too, because they don't seem to be efficiently hunting, as you can tell. Lots of living deer, not a lot get shot. All right, there we go. We have a chicken pasture. I'm going to continue trying to stockpile food because my food is, it's lower than I'd want it to be. I'm just going to go ahead and double down on crop fields. I hope my people like beans, because that is all that there is going to be to eat. The deer is just visual, yeah, I know. They magically get deer. I wish you could actually see them hunt, though. That'd be cool. But if we actually watch a hunter here, you know, you'll see. Yeah, we're on a chicken, bean, and chestnut diet. I really do hope that I get some seeds sooner or later for other crops. Because chicken, chestnuts, and beans is... I mean, if you were going to set up your own colony as settlers or whatever, and you were like, all right, so yeah, what seeds are we going to bring with us? Wheat, potatoes? And you're like, beans! And you're like, oh, all right. So if beans, then we're going to have nice fruit trees, right? Well, what are we talking? Apples, oranges, and then they're like chestnuts. And you'd be like, go to hell. Just go to hell. Your chestnuts are nutty. Right now I have 4 hunters, 3 gatherers, and 8 farmers. That would be the variety of food that I have. Of course, I'm still running basically no food, and we're about to have a bit of a starvation. This orchard's still not yielding yet. This one had a particularly low yield for whatever reason. We have a little bit of stored food, though. Probably coming from hunting, I'd imagine. Okay, these hunters... We'll have to check, but these hunters got 400 meat for 2 hunters, and this one got 600 meat for 2 hunters. I have to keep an eye on that. My stockpiles are nearly full as well. Let's put some additional stockpiles down. I'll fill this area for stockpiles. What is my builder working on? Roads? Valerinda. Man, that is a name. Natty, thanks for the follow, by the way. Yep, roads. Got it. I'm curious if my stone roads that I manufactured have changed my work travel. No, not at all. Not even a little bit. People that work in the tailor still have obnoxiously ridiculous travel queues. And yeah, I have 323 iron stockpiled. It is a ridiculous amount. It's absurd. But the reason that my iron is up so high is I wanted my my honey cabin and my gatherer's hut and my herbalist to not have iron or stone here, so I can then plant trees to increase their yields. So they're trying to collect all the iron and stone in this area, which there is a lot of. All right, my food reserves are still low. We're still working on the stockpiling food. At this point, I have a lot of farm fields, so we should see a huge uptick. We should see a huge uptick this year, I hope. And then maybe this orchard will actually yield this year. I think this is a matured orchard now. I hope. We'll see. All right, we're up to 6 chickens. Nice. Ah, you've been watching Stationeers. Well, here I am surviving in a different way. So previous season 600. What is the previous season here? Now that is spring. 800. All right. My gatherers are getting honestly epic amounts of gathering done. I may set up another gathering hut to utilize more gatherers. But I'm not sure where I'm going to want to put it. I haven't figured that part out yet. Maybe here or something. They're sport chickens. Yeah, maybe they're just called chickens. And there's really a rooster in there somewhere. There we go. Any? Oh yes. So I think we're getting yield out of the chestnuts. I'm constantly getting warnings that my food stocks are low. But I do have a ridiculous amount of my population dedicated to the acquisition of food. So I'm going to hope that that makes a significant change. Complete neglect for my roads here. Oh god, they just got even worse. Chickens are both genders. Hens and roosters are the gender names. Yes. Yep. All right, I think this stone road is just about done. It's hard to tell with all the trees. But here we go. Here's the big bean harvest. Kind of reminds me, I used to live in Maine, And northern Maine potato farming is kind of a big thing. You got a lot of potato farmers. And what happens in the fall is there will even be vacations from school. You'll not have school so that kids can harvest potatoes during peak harvest season, which I find interesting. The citizens are interchangeable, yes. Yep. Yeah, you have a 4-day school week, known as a farm schedule. That's what I'm talking about. All right, I'm gonna try to set up a market sooner or later. I just wanted to line it up with roads. And here's another trade boat. My food stocks are looking good, so here we go. Next goal. Out over that way, or this way. That way? That way? Yeah, that way. Alright, and trade. Aw, what? Dude! Dude! This stupid trader is trying to sell me leather. Boo. There's literally nothing I want from you. Alright, well, if you're trying to sell me leather, how about you... come back with beer, Taylord. Here, I'll buy 1 leather from you just to dismiss you. All right, we have 1700 beans. Beans. So many beans. Beans and meat. Chicken. And no wheat. Eating chestnuts. That's our diet. Okay, upgrading the wood houses to stone will be our winner. They're gonna have a natural gas problem? You dang right. All right, I'm gonna dismiss that trader. Be gone, stupid leather trader. He comes with like just a paltry amount of leather too. Hurt my feelings. So yeah, we have chicken, venison, beans. Well, we don't actually have chicken because none of them are being culled. They slaughter once they go over a pot max. But so we have chestnuts, beans, venison. That's everything. That's oh no, that's not true, because then of course this gathering hut gathers berries, roots, mushrooms, and onions. So there's a variety. There's a little variety. So what I'm gonna do is working on the working on upgrading the houses will be for next season. I'm not gonna do it in the middle of the winter because I'm not a psychopath. But what that means is I'm going to, in this winter, stockpile a whole bunch of wood and stone so that we can upgrade the houses without resource shortages. So that's what I'm queuing up now. What's wrong with health? I don't know. It's hard to tell why they're, you know, they might be cold, they might have been hungry, they might not be getting the variety of food that they want. Yeah, I can turn on the herbalist again. A doctor could help fix that. Submitted as the goal. Because I'm basically waiting to upgrade the houses. You know, I can take another poll here. So if someone wants to submit that, I'll run a new poll. All right, there's the poll. We had someone die of old age. So there's the grave for the Jalen the Hunter. We also had Ramonica the Farmer die of old age. There's another grave, as you can see, immediately pops up. Ooh. Why are you're freezing because you're just walking around in the snow. That's not my fault. Up to 10 chickens. All right. Let's build a hospital. So if we go over here, here is the hospital. I'm gonna set it up near my houses. It's not a requirement of the hospital per se, but it's. I'm gonna build it right here, next to my town market. Actually, maybe here. Let me see about housing. So there's a space of 2. All right, that's fine. I'm gonna move my markets over to fit nicely. Pause. 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 And then El Hospital. I'm gonna build it here. Okay. Let it rip. Let's pin it. Put it over there so I don't forget it. Now that's obviously going to detract from the resources I've been trying to gather to upgrade the houses. But you know, so be it. We didn't run out of food this winter. Do we have a well anywhere? We do not. And, well, that won't do. So, I'm going to set a well up here. And I'm going to set one up here. Wells are to fight fires. We'll see if our average health goes up now that we have an herbalist working full-time. And soon a hospital. Soon. Alright, let's upgrade. Boom. I'm going to do one upgrade at a time. So that I don't have mass homelessness. Is that tree growing inside the herbalist? No. Not technically. Although it does look it. I think this whole region has been cleared of, there's a little bit of iron left, but not much. 420 iron. So I'm also going to unlock the Forester Lodge there. Because I'm going to plant trees in this area to increase the efficiency of the gatherer and the hunting. Well, not the hunting, but the gathering and the herbalism. Hey, a half heart has gained back. Right on. So let's pin this one too, so I don't lose track of that. And set this up as priority. Get the house upgraded. Oh, yeah. I don't know what happened to my builders. Thanks for noticing. I just employed them. Welcome, Kiev. Have a good day. Cheers. Reserve of stone is low. Well, I have a lot of stone gathering queued up, so... you know, we'll collect it. But this dang hospital requires 78 stone, so kind of a lot. And then this house here, same deal. Looks like my stockpiles are, well, full of iron. Kind of knew that. And we do have a slight homelessness as a result of not building this home, and we're in early summer, but we're going to want to get this built sooner than later. So I'm actually going to go so far as to pause the other two construction projects. Sort of forcing the house to be built. Is it the same kid in the graveyard? I don't think so. I hope not. I'd be super creeped out if it was. It's the same weirdo in a red shirt. Yeah, maybe he is the same. What's this fine town's name? Yoderopolis. Right here. Yoderopolis. Unsurprisingly named after this guy. No ducks given right here. Hey, buddy. All right, come on. There we go. There we go. We're starting to get stone delivered for that house. Now that it is late in the season, some of our farmers are going to wrap up their harvests. Ooh, God, these chestnuts are so unreliable. I don't like it. Proof of hydration. Cheers, Corporal. All right, reserve of stone low. I need 11 more stone to build this house, and then we'll go back to the hospital. I think what ended up happening with a lot of the stone, the road to the northern forester was expensive. But at this point, we don't have any other stone roads set up, so we should be good. We should be okay. I won't queue up any more stone roads, because honestly, my people don't even take the stupid roads, so why bother setting them up? Ooh. I could try to make the roads more efficient if you want, if you know, that's something you vote for, but if not, I won't bother. I do have a Yoda cam, and in fact, I have a, you can trigger the Yoda cam yourself. Storage for produced goods is near capacity. Oh, dang. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, we're gonna need a storage barn, and I'll put it here. Store food next to dead people. That seems reasonable. The stone house did get built, so I'm gonna prioritize building the this barn to store food, because we're honestly just throwing beans out at this point. My chickens are at 15. Eat more beans. Eat more beans. Reserve of stone low and produce goods full. Look at that, 100%. Alright, well, that crept up on me faster than I would like to admit. Hey, we got, yeah, we're up to 4 hearts. You just noticed, Mark. Yeah, I just noticed too. Our health is going up. And Pinpoint donates a ton of subs. And Cap, resubs. Well, thank you, Pinpoint. We're going to the Thankful Pink Cam. Food is looking awesome now. I know. Just all these bean farmers. No boats on the horizon, so bean farmers. Oh man. Who named their kid Tuckery? Tuckery, Bobuckery. Poor Tuckery. Ooh, 500 chestnuts this season. This was a good season. One chestnut? You made one chestnut? Who the hell was working there? You're fired. You are so fired. One chestnut? I'm sorry, but like, I could have employed a squirrel to do better. You suck. Stupid chestnut. All right, well, there we go. We have a storage barn. You know what? In fact, I am so pissed off. Cut the dang trees down. Cut the orchard down. We're getting rid of this thing. Yeah. Whoever was working there, you're legitimately fired now. I actually fully fired you now. All right, here we go. My current project was upgrade houses and build a hospital, but this pole here, oh boy, it barely fits. This pole here is for my next goal after this hospital is built. So let me unpause the hospital. now that we've dealt with the emergency storage barn overflow. And I'll work on getting these last 3 wooden houses up to stone ASAP. Wow, this storage barn is already a quarter full. Ay, ay, ay. We went from deficit to surplus pretty fast. And this forester is not producing a ton of lumber. I'm going to increase the amount of people that work there up to its max of 4. Gotta get that wood. And hey, merchant. Apple seeds! Woo! Someone's gonna have some hard cider soon. Doo-doo-doo. All right, I need 125 more firewood stored in here. For me to trade. You guys want me to build a market, but I'm not going to add that until something else gets finished. Okay, we already have the cider, so let's trade again for 625. An exact trade. You like my my napkin math? Well, these are napkin math. It was brain math. I brain math that so good. So now with the apple seeds, we can start to plant apples. And then in a few years, we'll have apples to turn into booze, if we so wish. I'm gonna Johnny Appleseed the hell out of this colony. I am the mental math master. It's actually pretty easy. It wasn't hard math, to be fair. I ain't no genius. Just smarter than a pile of dung. So the hospital has all the resources it needs to get built, which means, what the heck? Snow in early spring? Well, screw you. This house will get upgraded. The reserve of firewood is low. Yeah, because I just sold it all. Oh yeah, ask for different seeds. So let's say I want cabbage, wheat, potato, corn. Every visit. We'll see what they come up with. Actually, just come back with wheat seeds, please. I want my wheat beer, yeah? Wheat or potatoes. Chat kind of likes the idea of taters, so I'll have it be random. How can I not cut down these trees? These are just rogue trees now? There we go. Get them! Get them trees! Alright, this house and this hospital. The hospital is 80% done. And this wooden house is going to get upgraded as well. Maybe. I mean, they're taking a while. There we go. I can see you builders working. I don't know how much sawing and hammering you do building a stone hospital, but hey, I'm not the mason here. You guys are. Clearly, I don't understand what's going on. There we go. So this is the house that I want upgraded. Using any mods? I am not. But the about command would have told you that. The second to last sentence specifically. But as a rule of thumb, and this is true like for pretty much every game I ever play, if I haven't played the game before, it's going to be vanilla. Pretty much a guarantee. First pass at a game, almost always vanilla. So there we go. We have a hospital. There it is. No patients. But we have a hospital, so I can check that off my list. And now it's just upgrading the houses. Is this my... Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much my first time playing Banished. For all intents and purposes. I'm going to reduce the amount of firewood that I store here just to 100. Or actually, I'm going to bring it all the way down to 0. So that the firewood then can instead be used to heat homes and not for sale. Because I doubt I'm going to have a trader come anytime soon. If I do, I'll add something to trade. All right, upgrade this one. Can't trade leather. It depends if they buy it or not. But as you can see here, I can add it. Let's put 100 leather in and see if anyone will buy it. You've been streaming me to your dog. All right. I'm happy to be a canine entertainer. In fact, hold on one second. Come on, puppy. All right, Tusky. Hop on up. Go walk. Go walk. Go walk. Go walk. Tusky. Speak for me. Oh, okay, just hang here. I could increase the limit for clothes and then sell the clothes. That might be a better use for it, I suppose. Let me do clothes limit of 150 and then put 100 hide coats into my trade post. I like that. Glitch's restaurant is needed. I couldn't agree more. But currently, what do we got? We got build a market. All right, let's add that in. Now, it's late summer, so I'm not going to attempt to upgrade another house. You know, caution to the wind. Hell, let's do it. I'll upgrade all the houses so I can wipe that off the list. Dude, look at my food. Got almost 5K food. Slow down, dudes. All right, so if I have 5K food, I am going to remove one farm. Just one farm. I'm not going to remove more than that because I'm not an idiot. I ain't no idiot. And Frederick the Forester died of old age. So we have 3 graves now. Oh, Frederick, you have a tiny little headstone. Just a little headstone. All right, come on, last house. Demolish it faster, faster, faster. It's gonna be fall. It's gonna snow on y'all. I'm queuing up some harvesting. Oh boy, there's not a lot of stone nearby. I have grabbed a lot of it. Oh, my food limit has been hit. All right, let me update my limits here. So, limits, food. I didn't mean to say 19,000. I meant to say 10,000. There. The market is underway. The house didn't get built, though. Oh, come on. Priority, priority, priority. Do it. Do it. Do it. In fact, let me pause the market. Quit building the market. My reserve of logs are low, but I have people cutting them down. So it's late autumn. Build faster. We're waiting on 5 stone. We have some very angry homeless people. Understandably, understandably. But very angry homeless people. Very upset that I made them homeless. I'm sorry. I'm going to also pause the forester over here. Rutheron died of old age. Oh yeah, so some of these homeless people are also very cold because they're, you know, they've got nowhere to go. Oh well. I don't exactly care. I mean, I care, but like, these things happen. I'm gonna take some of the clothing out of the trade post because we need clothing for people to wear, and all of the clothing was going to the trade post, so we'll do that for a minute. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bad form to mention other streamers while you're in someone else's channel, but like, if it's relevant, like, I wouldn't mind, right? Like, not at all. Like, for instance, I'm happy to say, you know, to give people shout outs and to promote other people's communities. But I also understand, you know, when you're struggling to grow and other people name drop, you know, it can hurt a little. I get that. How is my hunting cabin yielding beans? What are you hunting bean monsters? Like, what's going on here? Did you take your bow and arrow and shoot some beans? They're removing beans from the bellies of the deer. I believe it. All right, I was, what was I building? All right, this house did get built. It's basically a retirement home. So let's unpause that. That does mean that all the upgraded housing is done. So now we just need to build a market. And I require direction from you all. So, ta-da! New poll. So I've unpaused the market, but I've also queued up, let's queue up one more house to build for now, not two. So the market's gonna get built. So speaking about other people streaming, I know Squeaky here in chat streams, and About Them Tacos streams as well. I'm curious if any of others here stream that I just don't know about. Squeaky, what have you been playing recently? Yeah, you're allowed to mention it. I don't mind at all. Oh, you stream as well? Let's see, you were playing Before We Leave. Oh, that's a fun game. I'll probably be playing that on stream soon. That is the game kind of reminds me of a really old game called Reyes that probably no one knows. And then Squeaky, you were playing the Solus Project. Cool. Your last plan. You're deciding to play Barn Finders. I haven't heard of Barn Finders. Reyes was a blast. I really liked Reyes. I didn't like the next game that that studio produced, the League of Extraordinary Explorers, or whatever it was, not the League, Extraordinary Explorers, or whatever it was called. Didn't so much care for that, but Reyes was pretty cool. Reyes was a bit of a god game, yeah. All right, so here we go. Market time. Let's put a laborer in the market. So what a market will do is it will take resources that houses need and stockpile it. You know, food, tools, clothing, medicine, stuff like that. And then supply the houses around it with goods. Renowned Explorers. That's Renowned Explorers. Yeah, that's what it's called. I was struggling. Ooh, a lot of laborers doing some clear cut. As you can see, the clear cut, I cut outside of the range of the foresters here, not to mess with them. And then it looks like stone is something we're gonna need, so I'm gonna queue up a lot of stone harvest as well. We're having to walk further and further and further for stone. So here's the market, and yeah, chestnuts, onions, roots, firewood, iron. I don't know why they would need iron, but whatever. Iron, if, you know, you need an iron ingot for your home as a doorstop or something. I don't know. The Forester's Lodge down here is nearly done. I have that on pause. I'm only going to hire one forester for it, and they're not going to cut. They're only going to plant. This forest here, I want to be an old forest to benefit the gatherer and the herbalist. So I'm not cutting any trees down. I'm just basically planting trees in this radius that I've removed all of the stone and iron from, so there's more room to plant trees. And then once it's all planted, I'm going to remove the forester entirely. So that's the plan for that. You guys, what do you guys want me to do? You want me to build a tavern and add an orchard. So that kind of goes hand in hand. Build our apple orchard and tavern. That's my current one. So let's mark those off. 1 and 2. Well, first things first, the orchard comes first, because you can't make booze out of no crop. So here is a 9x9 orchard, and I'm going to do 2 of them. And we're going to be planting apples. Then I'm going to need to add 2 more farmers for them. And we'll get them planted. Now, right next to the hospital, I'm going to put the tavern. Because I'm a mad lad. You know, if you're going to have a bar fight, you might as well not have too far to travel, I suspect. Where is the stupid tavern thing? Jewtown Chapel Schoolhouse Tavern. You know what? I'm gonna nest it here because it fits better. And then add some stone pathways. Am I going to stream this tomorrow? No. My stream schedule is at Rhadamant.com. Tomorrow I stream nothing, and then Saturday I stream RimWorld. Sunday I stream Project Zomboid. Next Tuesday it will be up to me, and next Thursday it will be up to you. Every Monday or around Monday I put out a poll of suggested games for me to play, and whatever wins in that poll, I will subsequently stream that game on Thursday. So last week was Subnautica. The week before that was Crusader Kings 3. This week it's Banished, and next week I have no idea. None whatsoever. Thank you for watching Banished, which originally aired live on Twitch. This series is a result of a poll I put out every Monday, where my viewers get to decide what I play. So far, there's only been one stream of Banished, and therefore only 5 episodes. If I continue this series, it will be a result of it winning again in the polls. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.